Welcome back everybody to another episode of Sneaker Updates. This will be Sneaker Updates number 20. If you happen to be new here, this has now become a weekly series on the channel, and if you're not familiar with the series, essentially we go over a variety of different shoes, that of which got updates for throughout this week. For example, some of those may potentially include some Nike and Off-White, Yeezys, Jordans, and more. But with that short little intro out of the way, why don't we jump right into the first update. Like always, guys, we're going to be kicking it off with some Nike and Off-White, because that's what you guys seem to like the most. With the 10 finally coming to an end, again, we only have two shoes that have updates for within Nike and Off-White, those of which are the Nike and Off-White Air Max 90s in black and also in Desert Ore. Now, last time we discussed stock, but this time, I'm happy to tell you guys that images have officially loaded up onto Nike. First off, images for the Desert Ore loaded, and then following that, the black pair loaded up. Now, in addition to that, Nike has confirmed that kid sizes for the Air Max 90s that we discussed a few weeks ago are indeed going to be releasing. If you were wondering regarding these kid sizes, by the way, yes, I am expecting them to be profitable, just like the Air Force Ones were in the toddler sizes. However, it's worth noting that the retail on these is $75 in comparison to $65 for the others. But either way, that $10 shouldn't make too big of a difference. There's still going to be some wiggle room for profit. But anyway, moving on to the big update for Nike and Off-White. This is what I think a lot of you guys care about, and I vaguely mentioned it when I put out my raffle list on Twitter. So essentially, the thing is that there's going to be some sites dropping these on the 17th, and I think the biggest one dropping these that most of you care about is Nike Sneakers. Nike Sneakers will be dropping on the 17th with a Sneakers Pass most likely on the 16th, the day before for New York City and Chicago. And if not, it would be the following day, but usually it's right before. I'm just basing this off of pattern. But my primary point here is that there's actually going to be a lot of stores releasing these in February, specifically February 7th. Now, keep in mind, it's not just going to be Nike Sneakers dropping these on the 17th. There's going to be a decent amount of stores dropping these on the 17th. However, there's also going to be some dropping on the 7th. So if you hypothetically happen to take all L's on the 17th, or even if all the drops get postponed, we still have the 7th to, hopefully try our best. To stay 100% updated on this, feel free to turn on post notifications and subscribe, but, that's all up to you. Also, I'd like to mention as the last update, on my Twitter, KeithAdam10, I did put up the raffle list for you guys for these Air Max 90s. I would highly recommend making multiple entries into each raffle like we always do. Just some basic stuff that you guys should know would include using a Gmail. And when it comes to the Gmail, you can add a +1 or a +2 or plus any random number right before the @gmail.com. Then for phone number, there's no verification process. You could keep it completely random. And when it comes to address, all you really need to do is add 5 random letters right before the address. And then for safety, I also like to change up the last word. So if it was street, I'd make it ST or ST dot. It's really simple when it comes to these. The algorithms don't seem to catch on to this, and it makes it easier for you to have a higher chance of winning these raffles. So yeah, raffle list is up there. Feel free to sign up, get a head start on potentially copying these sneakers. Because if you are a manual user, the best way to cop these is definitely through the raffles. Of course, it all depends how much time and effort you're willing to put in. But anyway, that's going to conclude it for Nike and Off-White. With Nike and Off-White out of the way, why don't we move on to some Yeezys? To kick it off, we got our very first in-hand look at the Yeezy Inertia 700 dropping in spring of 2019. Moving on from that, courtesy of Yeezy Mafia, we also got a look at the 350 V2 Clay. Now, I'm honestly interested to know your opinion on these. I think a lot of you guys are tired of seeing 350 V2s, and to be honest, I kind of like the statics. I thought that was unique, but when it comes to these, I'm not a fan at all. You guys know I love loud shoes, but I'm not feeling these. Finally, the last update regarding Yeezys. The Butters loaded up onto Yeezy Supply for the 11th, so everyone was expecting a restock, but they later removed that post. If I'm going to be 100% honest, with the Yeezy Supply, $20 shipping, and not only that, how they take forever to ship. Who cares if they restock or not? let them restock. I don't even want to update you guys on this kind of stuff. You can literally get them for cheaper in most sizes. But anyway, that's all for Yeezys. Let's move on to some Jordans. So to kick it off with Jordans, I'd just like to mention that I personally hate rumors. I despise rumors. However, I'm just going to state the fact for you guys, and you guys could do whatever you want with this information, perceive it in any way you wish. So here's the deal. So essentially, the Union Jordan 1s are loaded up onto Union. Again, guys, I can't guarantee anything when it comes to this, but I just want to put the information out there for you guys, that's all. The only thing that's holding me back from confirming this is because they specifically stated that this was going to be the last restock ever. And because of that, it makes me skeptical of this happening. Hence, I just wanted to state the facts for you guys. That's all. No need to really worry right now, perhaps in a week or so. Anyway, moving on to the next update, courtesy of the House of Hoops, we have in-hand pictures of the Travis Scott Jordan 33. Now, this shoe is going to be dropping on January 27th. I know a lot of you guys aren't a big fan of these, but you have to understand the Jordan 33 is really just a performance shoe. It's not really a lifestyle shoe, so you know, you got to give Travis Scott props for at least trying to make this thing look cool. But for some of you guys who actually do play basketball, hey, maybe this is for you. Moving on, we also got to look at the Jordan 1 Mid Equality. And then moving on from that, we got to look at the Crimson Tint Jordan 1, which is dropping April 27th. On to the next update, the Jordan 9 UNC will be dropping February 9th for $190. On March 30th, the Tinker 3 will be dropping for $200. Picture courtesy of Z Sneakheads, if I pronounce that right. Anyway, moving on to some miscellaneous sneakers with Jordans now out of the way. To kick it off, one of the shoes I'm actually quite interested in, specifically because it involves space, and you know, I'm obsessed with anything that involves space. Don't ask me why. But the PG3 NASA will be dropping for $120 on January 26th. Honestly, I'm more interested in that jacket, but the shoes aren't really the nicest, but I think they're really unique, and I think I might want to add them to the collection for only $120. But anyway, moving on, courtesy of Han Zuying, we got to look at the Lightbone Fear of God. This would be the Fear of God 180. And moving on from that, the SB Pigeon Staples will be dropping January 15th for sneakers. And then tons of other stores will be dropping these in Shanghai. And then skate shops will be dropping these on the 15th. Also, January 24th, Staples themselves will be dropping these. However, keychain owners are going to have a major advantage here. So if you did happen to buy a keychain, definitely make sure you're watching your emails on that day. Now, those keychains do actually have some technology in them too. So maybe they'll do something with that, but I can't confirm that. But also, I'd like to mention that the How to Cop guide is up if you were interested in checking out that. I also included a lot of the background information for the sneaker there, just because there's so many interesting things about the shoe. I mean, going back until 2005, the staple shoe really changed a lot of the sneaker culture. I'm not one to say that I've been collecting sneakers since 2005, because if that was the case, I would be 5 years old collecting sneakers. That's not true at all. I only started collecting in 2013. Man, those were the days, selling candy out of my locker. And then I got scammed for bread 11s. That's a whole nother story, though. Moving on. Hey, real quick, guys. Sorry about the voiceover, but my mic cut out for some weird reason. But essentially, the next update was just about the Bape Ultra Boost. As you guys know, they're supposed to be dropping on February 2nd, but there's going to be another release date, and that's going to be in early March. I just figured I'd fill you in on that in case you did happen to take an L in February. It's not over until the fat lady sings. But anyway, going back to the video. That's actually going to conclude today's video, but one last thing I wanted to mention to you guys is actually something really special that I've been planning for quite a while. I promised you guys that we were going to do another giveaway for 100,000. Now, this giveaway is going to be a little different, and it's due to a lot of you guys actually requesting for this, which I was kind of surprised by initially, but you know, I want to do what you guys want, so of course, I'm happy to do this. So I would definitely recommend before the drop for the 17th, just keep your eye on my Twitter. Again, this is something you guys were requesting, so for that reason, we'll be doing it. Just keep an eye on my Twitter, that's all I'm going to say. Of course, since you guys seem to like these giveaways so much, I didn't know if you guys would like them that much. But since you do, I'll try to do more of these in the future as well. So with that, I'm going to conclude today's video. Feel free to leave a like if you enjoyed the video or if you perhaps learned a thing or two. Also, subscribe and turn on post notifications to stay 100% updated on anything I mentioned today or also for future hyped releases. But with that, have a fantastic rest of your day. I'll see you guys later. And of course, good luck on all these releases.
The F to the double O, even the T.